I'm going to give you the step-by-step way that we implement fitness challenges on the front end of our coaching program to get most clients somewhere between 10 to 20 pounds off in the first 6 weeks. Let's dive into it. So it comes down to a couple things, right? First and foremost, we're looking at overall, right, activity. Okay, that's number one. Number two, strength training. Number three, protein tracking. Number four, rest periods. Number five, active recovery. And then number six, community and accountability. So let's dive into this. Overall activity, what we're going to be looking for is increasing your overall activity. This could be steps, this could be team sports, this could be hanging out with friends, this could be just going out and being active, getting away from the phone, not having text neck, not leaning forward and having shitty ass posture. Overall activity. What I like to do is if you were under 60 years old, right? So you're under 60, you're under 60 years old, let's look at 8 to 10,000 steps a day, right? If you're over 60 years old, right, let's look at somewhere between 6 and 8K steps here. That's going to be the place that I would recommend there. Now on the strength training, right, we want to push, pull, hinge, squat, load, and carry, okay, all 6 of those every week. And my recommendation here, and what I would do for anyone that was coming in and training with me, looking to lose 10 to 20 pounds in the first 6 weeks, is that we rock down 3 times a week on strength training. So this looks like intentional progressive overload, which is just improving week over week, session over session, exercise over exercise, increasing the resistance against your body so that you can force muscle growth, okay? And this would be nothing like any plan here where you're gonna hit progressive overload, where it's intentional, you're building up in volume, then you have a deload week, then you're building up in volume again, then another deload week, and something that you'll do, right? It's not about doing FBA or Marcus Philly stuff or training like Arnold or C-Bum or having to do CrossFit or what have you. Just strength training, strength priority, right? Strength priority here, I would say 3 times a week. Try to get somewhere between 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. And as a general recommendation, I mean, that's what I would do. Protein tracking. Now, there's no magic number that's going to get you the muscle growth, the size, the strength, what have you, that's going to be the hidden secret or the golden key or what have you. But if you're me, right, I try to hit, right, right now, I weigh 232, okay? And what I try to hit every day is 200 Gs, okay? So 200 grams of protein a day. Now, look, I'm not a dietitian, I am a nutritionist, but I'm not gonna give you a specific recommendation on protein. If you're trying to muscle build, have satiety, right, be full, but then also be in a position where you're not overeating on calories and you're not eating a bunch of nonsense food, I personally try to eat basically to goal weight. Now, could I be eating, am I trying to lose weight? No, I'm not. For most people, right, general recommendations of what we do for most of our clients is we'll take, if you're female, right, we'll go to 100 to 150, and if you're male, we'll go 150 to 200, okay? That's normally what we do with our clients. Now, that's not medical advice. You may do what you like there. I just find that I like to eat more animal protein. I like to eat primarily protein as opposed to less protein and more carbs and fats. I feel that I'm better able to stay within my caloric ranges of where I'm trying to be. So that is just general recommendations of what we do. You can do something different. That's all good. Regardless though, you need to be tracking protein, because if you don't have ample protein intake, you're not going to be able to build muscle. And then what's going to happen is with all this extra activity, strength training and the walking and what have you, you're going to be losing weight, but you're also going to be losing muscle, okay? You want to be building muscle. You need ample protein. This is my recommendation for people that come in with us with no outside knowledge, but an RD might say something different. Your nutritionist might say something different. You might want to do something different. All good there. Rest periods. Okay, this is not only sessions, right? But also days. So there's a there's a myth that, there's an ant. Hello, buddy. There's a myth that we need to do more volume in a shorter amount of time inside a session. And the fact of the matter is that if you're trying to get strength, if you're trying to build muscle, if you're trying to lay the foundation that then you're going to add on and increase endurance, etc., on down the road, you need more rest periods, or you need a longer rest period between your strength sessions, right? You'll get more out of the session, you'll be able to push heavier, you'll be able to build muscle faster. You'll be in a position where that goes a whole lot easier. What does this mean? This means that if you're doing strength, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 minutes between sets, when you're pushing at rate of perceived exertion, right? 8, 9, 10. It's just how difficult is it? And then same could be said for like percentage work of your overall max. If it's like, 80, 85, 90, 95, or you're going for a new 1 rep, you probably shouldn't be doing the sets back to back with 60 seconds in between, right? Just a recommendation, do what you want to do. This is what I've just found to work the most with our 6-week challengers, right? And then also rest days. Most people have the belief that you need to strength train or be in the gym, right, 6-7 days a week, and you don't, right? We need to keep our activity up even on the days that we're not in the gym, but strength training 5, 6, or 7 days a week for most people is not doable, right? Unless you're on exogenous hormones, you're taking TRT, you're taking a shit ton of creatine, you're eating all kinds of food, and then you're sleeping 15 hours. Like, it's very difficult outside of that to have ample recovery if you're trying to strength train 5, 6, 7 days a week. And like, look, professional athletes, big time CrossFit athletes and triathletes and endurance athletes, like, it's a little bit different. I'm just talking about general recommendations here. So there's obvious exceptions to this, but I would say definitely starting out, less is more, right? Less sessions, higher effort in your session is going to be a better way to go. And then the active recovery. And this comes back to, this right here, the overall activity, active recovery. The way that you're going to be mobile and the way that you're going to be able to jump back in and do some more strength training and really hammer those kind of things out is to be actively recovering. This means that when you get done with the session, maybe go hit, a mile walk. Maybe go play some pickup basketball or something else. Like, there's not a huge benefit from going from moving to then just like sedentary sitting on the couch, and oftentimes it's probably not the thing to do anyways. So my recommendation would be that you're more active than not, and that can play right back into your overall activity. And then the last thing here, to lose 10 to 20 pounds in 6 weeks on your own or with a program is just having community and accountability, right? And community in the form of people that are doing it with you, / support from a team, a group that's also empowering you and being empowered by you to improve their health, and then accountability. And there's a couple different types of accountability, and this video is not where we're going to dive into everything, but you have expert accountability, you do a coach, right? You have peer accountability, right? Side by side. And then you also have mentor-mentee accountability that is super solid, that you can see inside the gym a lot of times, where maybe you've gone through a 6-week challenge and now you're a member and you help someone that's brand new on the 6-week challenge. Or maybe you couldn't do Bulgarian split squats when you first came in. You had to do body weight, like hand supported on the rig to do squats because you didn't have the mobility and the strength to do it. And maybe you help someone that's new and you seek out people that are better than you at specific things for you to improve too. So 3 levels of accountability here. Community is important. And if you don't have all this stuff, can you still lose 10 to 20 pounds in 6 weeks? You bet your ass. People have done it because it's happened once. It could happen. However, if I was going to give you the playbook, right, the best challenge guide that I could give you, this is what it would be for the first 6 weeks so that you could rock your goals and there would be literally nothing standing in your way, right? You don't have to pay someone for this. You don't have to join a program. You don't have to have a team that's supporting you there. Just find people that are also trying to move, that are trying to improve their health, and maybe start with just bodybuilding.com or Fitness Blender on YouTube, or hit our page up. We have all kinds of guides, and our Facebook group does too. And it's free, right? It's 100% free. You need something that's going to get your ass moving, right? You need some way and awareness to know where you're at with protein tracking. And a lot of people will say you need to count macros. You don't, right? If you hit a protein target, you'll be more aware of the foods that you're eating on a consistent basis. And if you're more aware of those foods you're eating on a consistent basis, you'll be able to spot the holes in your game that are probably adding to your inability to lose weight or lose fat. And so you can attack calories down the road. It's overwhelming if you try to go from tracking nothing and awareness of nothing to tracking everything always. And that's why we look at for the first 6 weeks, just protein tracking, right? Rest periods, they need to be longer around strength. And that's that. Active recovery goes back to overall activity, community, and then, yeah, let's rock and roll. Remember the steps. We're looking for 8 to 10,000 steps if you're under 60 years old daily, right? And then over 60, somewhere between 6 and 8. Hope that helps. And you should be able to either put your own challenge together, right? Run other people through the challenge, or put yourself through or your friends through a challenge and get crazy results in 6 weeks by just having this mapped out right here. Very simple, very easy. Hope that helps.